Hey everybody, just have an update to the CoCoVGA BASIC extensions that I started working on. I guess it was last month sometime, and I made a release, an early beta release, had a few bugs in it, and I've gone ahead and fixed those bugs, and then also created a demo slash tutorial. And so that's what I'm going to run here. I'll have this on display at CoCoFest as well. So this image, CCV Basic disk image, is available on the CoCoVGA website in the downloads page. And on it are 5 files. So CCV Basic, which is the loader for 64K machine with CoCoVGA in it. CCV Basic BAS OV is the overlay that ends up in upper memory and provides the extra instructions and patches and things like that. And then the remainder of these files are not necessary but useful for the purposes of the tutorial and demo. So the only files that are actually needed for anyone's programs that they write are the first 2 .bin files. So I'm going to run CCVBTut, in other words, the CCV Basic tutorial, which in turn uses artifact.dat and lowerkit.chr as part of the demonstration. So this is sort of a by example sort of thing. So I have hacked the list command so that it can grab segments of code and display it on screen as part of this tutorial. So here's how you load CCV Basic, load them in exec, and the commands it provides are palette font, load chars, width, border, scan lines, artifact, and reset, each with V in front of them. So vPalette takes 5 arguments. First is the slot number, then the red, green, blue values, and then change immediately or change later. So you can see we're using the change immediately here. So vPalette 1 is slot 1, all red, no green, no blue. Change it now. Green and blue. You can see 00 for red and green and 31 for blue. And these are the different palette slots. So that's the first argument to vPalette. And then here's an example of putting vPalette in a loop, actually a doubly nested loop. So we're walking through the max range of C in red, half range of C in green, and full range of C in blue, but in backwards order to the range in red. And we do that 10 times. So another thing we can take advantage of is palette animation. So you can see the semi-graphics got wiped out by basically walking through all of the palette slots, replacing all of them except one with gray, right? And the one that's not is cyan. And sort of does a tumbling semi-graphics. So, you know, it doesn't actually matter how many characters you have on the screen or how much of the screen is what color. This is an easy way to get animation. So the VFont command, this is a demonstration of calling VFont with a font setting, right? T1 versus 6847. We won't be demonstrating 2 here because I haven't loaded a character set yet. L is lowercase, so lowercase on or off. And C is color, so normal, reverse, or custom and foreground and background. I won't be demonstrating that in this loop either. Yeah, so here we're just walking through all of those. Oh, sorry, my mistake. The custom color is the custom foreground and background, which are used here. The red foreground and blue background. That requires a C of 2. Okay, and here's loading a custom character set. You just load them the character set do a vload chars with an optional address, and then use VFont 2 to select it. The other aspect that I actually find very useful for programming is vwidth. So you can just do this for the command line, vwidth 64, and then do a listing, and it's much easier to edit on your program, and then go back to 32 when you're done. So this patches and unpatches the ROM that is now in RAM to enable display of a 2K 64 column screen at E100 or a 32 column screen at 400. Here's a demonstration of vPalette using with border, and here's a demonstration of vScan lines. So you can turn them on, you can make them pink, you can make them purple, you can choose whatever color you want. The artifact accesses the different artifact modes. So here's monochrome. So this is 256 by 192 full resolution monochrome. This one is the full resolution but 4 color. This one swaps, so the second argument lets you swap the red and the blue. And then the so now we're moving on to the double wide pixel, the fat bits. I like this one for popcorn. Smartifact is an 8 color 6 tap mode that I put together a long time ago. And then the main mess mode is with the default and kind of a pretty good compromise between all of them. And then vreset is the last command added. So here we've set up all sorts of things, and if we want to tear everything down and reset CoCoVGA back to stock defaults, we can do a vreset. And there we go. That's the end of the demo, and it's going to start over. So anyway, thanks for watching, and hope to see you at CoCoFest.